Now we're in the city centre and we know that we've been facing a lot of issues recently. Can you tell us a little bit about how the partners and the work that you're doing help to improve the issues in the city centre?
Well, yeah, we do have a number of issues that I think anybody who visits the city centre will have seen, whether that's drug or alcohol use, whether that's general antisocial behaviour, whether that's some of the issues around begging within the city. So we've been working very closely with the police, with the business improvement districts and across the council services to try and ensure that we've got support that's been put in to support those who are most vulnerable, and also ensure that this is a place where everybody can enjoy everything the city centre has to offer in a safe way. Sarah, clearly crime, in particular knife crime, has become a real issue for the police in the city. But to what extent has antisocial behaviour been an issue here as well?
So I think for many years we've been tackling antisocial behaviour in the city centre naturally. It's a growing, improving, thriving city. It attracts high people to the city, great footfall. And because of that we see a lot of people come and spend time here. With that brings crime and antisocial behaviour as well. And we see issues on the periphery of crime. So groups gathering, they can be just intimidating just by their very presence, and sometimes turning on the edges of criminality. People think it might turn to robbery and knife crime, which has been a particular focus recently. But certainly in tackling antisocial behaviour, we try to take that very much an engagement focused approach to doing that.
And if someone's in breach of the PSPO, what then happens?
So the first step is to engage and try and divert away from that activity. So we will signpost people at every step of the way to other activities, to support, whether that's health, whether that's well-being, whether it's a youth activity. But the first thing that will happen is we'll take details. They're forwarded onto the City Council, who will issue a warning notice. With that warning notice comes a map advising this is the area where we have PSPO in force, and this is how you expect it to behave in that area. And so it's a warning. Now we keep a database, and that's recorded. And if that person then breaches a second time, at that point then they're reported via a fixed penalty notice. Okay, and again, if they breach a third time, it gets escalated again for a court summons. But at every step of the way throughout that process, the opportunity is there to engage, to signpost, to divert away from that activity, and that's of absolute importance to us.
How does the team get involved in tackling antisocial behaviour in the city centre?
Is if a young person gets a fine or he breaches the PSPO, that young person will then be given a ticket. That ticket will act as a warning letter. So because they get that, that's used as a warning letter, that will then trigger the ASB team.
And what are the key antisocial behaviour issues that get referred to your team from the city centre?
I think one of the biggest problems that the city centre has is actually behind us, where we've got the bus stops, we've got McDonald's, we've got the Wi-Fi, so with all the congregation of different young people from different areas, with all the incidents of not only young people who are using them but protecting themselves from it, that whole mishmash of stuff can create the kind of drama that we were hoping to get involved in, hoping to start dealing with.
So Sharon, we know that rough sleeping is a real issue for Birmingham. So what's the impact of the PSPO on the work that we're doing to support rough sleepers?
I think there's going to be a huge impact, because I still go out as a cabinet member, I still go out and I do outreach. And one thing that stands out for me is the fact that we see so many rough sleepers who are being bullied and victimised, and they are a community, and as much as we need to try and get them back indoors into properties, we need to protect them while they're out. It's not acceptable for people to come in and speak to our rough sleepers and try to bully them or sell them drugs. And I think those are the kind of people this order will help the police to be able to act on quickly, because the safety of the community, the homeless community, is absolutely essential to us as much as it is the safety of everybody else.
So this is really important to helping support the most vulnerable who are being targeted by those who are involved in criminal activity.
Absolutely, it's definitely targeting those people, and we need to support our rough sleepers. As I say, there's a amount of times I've been told if someone's been robbed, their sleeping bag's been stolen, someone's targeting them with drugs, selling it to them, and that's what leads to the wider issues that we're seeing. And we must make sure there's a mechanism for absolutely stamping that out, because that cannot take place in the streets of Birmingham. So Amanda, one of the things that I have noticed when I'm walking around is that begging and issues like that in the city centre is becoming a huge issue for everybody. I often get asked, how do we help, how do we support? For someone who does work with rough sleepers and the homeless community in the city, what advice would you give to other people?
For one, I think that Birmingham people and visitors to Birmingham are really generous and kind, and they want to help people. So that's something to be really, really proud of. But secondly, make people aware of alternative giving schemes rather than giving money directly to the customers. If they give that to support services, that can then help that person off the street. Because sometimes by giving money, it is allowing people to remain on the streets. In Birmingham, we've got Change into Action is our alternative giving scheme. So all of the money will be spent directly with the customer, so that can support them to get ID, so we could get them a birth certificate. It might help them to get some clothing if that person is ready to go for a job interview. It really can be used for anything, a mobile phone, so we can keep in contact and they can get their benefits claims up and running, whatever is suitable for that individual. As long as they've got a history of rough sleeping, then they will qualify and each claim will be considered.